Now it's coming. Hare Krishna. So let's sing a song. Dhule dhule Gaura Chanda Hari Gun Gaya Re. Bolo. Dhule dhule Gaura Chanda Hari Gun Gaya Re. Dhule dhule Gaura Chanda Hari Gun Gaya Re. Can you put Dhule Gaura Chanda Hari Gun Gaya Re. Asiya Brindavane Nache Gaura Raya. Asiya Brindavane Nache Gaura Raya. Brindavane Tarur Lata Preme Kohe Hari Katha. Brindavane Tarur Lata Preme Kohe Hari Katha. Nikunjera Pakhi Guli Hari Nam Sonai. Nikunjere Pakhi Guli Hari Nam Sonai. Gaura bole Hari Hari, Sari bole Hari Hari. Gaura bole Hari Hari, Sari bole Hari Hari. Mukhe mukhe sukha sari, Hari Naam gaye re. Mukhe mukhe sukha sari, Hari Naam gaye re. Hari Name mata hoye, Hari na asiche dei. Hari Name mata, Hari na asiche. Mayura Mayuri preme nachiya khelaya. Mayura Mayuri preme nachiya khelaya. Prane Hari dhyane Hari, Hari bolo badana bhori. Prane Hari dhyane Hari bolo badana bhori. Hari naam ge ge rase gela jai. Hari naam ge ge rase gela jai. Asiya Jamunar kule nache Hari Hari bole. Asiya Jamuna kule nache Hari Hari bole. Jamuna uthal se charana dhwai. Jamuna uthal se charana dhwai. Dhule dhule Gaura Chanda Hari Gun Gaye Re. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Let's chant the Mangala Charan. Can you get the book, Prabhuji? 11th canto, Bhagavatam, first. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yenai Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapad Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Nitam Sa. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vansha Kalpatarubhya Sasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Saktikam. Vrindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Kesavasya Krishna Bhakti Pradadebhyai Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Sri Narsingha Jai Narsingha Jai Jai Narsingha. Praladesa Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhaiti girim yat kripatamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Ishwaram Sri Chaitanya Devam. Hare Krishna. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's go to Canto 11, chapter 7, text 50. '51 or 52, we can go. Okay. Okay. Go to 52, text 52. 11th canto, chapter 7, Lord Krishna instructs Uddhava, text 52. So in Bhagavad Gita, this 11th canto, you will see Lord Krishna is instructing Uddhava because when he is retiring, means Brahma, Shiva and everybody came that your work is done. He needs to resume back to Vaikuntha Loka. In the same chapter, if you see in the 7th chapter, first sloka, I think. Yes, the text 1, it's saying, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O greatly fortunate Uddhava, you have accurately revealed my desire to withdraw the Yadu dynasty from the earth and return to my own abode in Vaikuntha. Thus Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and all other planetary rulers are now praying for me to resume my residence in Vaikuntha. So Lord Krishna at the time, he lived how many years? 125 years. And Bhishma lived how many years? 765 years. So Bhishma is likely much more 500 older than Sri Krishna. So generally that time, Dwapara Yuga, people used to live 1,000 years. But at the end of Dwapara Yuga, they tend to live 120, 150 or 195 like that. So beginning of Kali Yuga, we get 100 years. End of Kali Yuga, 10 years. So beginning of Dwapara Yuga is 1,000 years. End of Dwapara Yuga is 100 years. So how much? 10%. So the percentage goes down. Beginning of Kali Yuga, maybe your great-grandfather or somebody, they lived 80 plus is likely normal, right? 95, 92. One of my maternal side, Anandas, I think, one of the relatives, he lived 102 years. We met him. So 102 years, we know now, but very few cases. But at the end of the Kali Yuga, 10 years means you are likely, you will celebrate, or we are celebrating 10 years. So by the time 10 years, you will have produced kids, you will do everything. So that's the thing. So this same one, so Krishna is living. So Jivera Kalyana Sadhana Kama. And who is coming for this one? Jagate Asiye Madhura Nam. Because it's this Kali Yuga, this Madhur Nam, and what he has come for? We'll go to read this one. Avidya Timira Tapana Rupe Hrida Gagan Viraji. So in this way, Krishna has given a very confidential instructions to Uddhava. Can you tell, what's your name? Yeah. Anshika. And your brother? Nikhil. What's your name? Ankit. Your name? Kamini. Malay. Adinath. Nikunj Nayak and your name, Prabhu? Madhava Chandra. Vallabha Chandra. Chandra, wow, beautiful name. Govind Prabhu. Manya. Manya. Hare Krishna. Ramanand Sakha is there. So, yes. So, who can tell two confidential incident where Krishna took advice from Uddhava? Use the microphone. Or we don't have microphone. Can anybody tell? Use the microphone. At least one. Krishna took guidance or advice from Uddhava for two important activities or two important incidents he did before he did. Yes, killing of Jarasandha, right? Krishna asked Uddhava that what can be done. And there are many unlimited. Every time Krishna takes instructions. And also he has given a confidential task of sending it to Vrindavan, a letter, right? Uddhava went to Vrindavan. Uddhava's feature is also like Krishna, complexion. So he is exactly like Krishna, but he is not Krishna. Neither he takes a role of Krishna, because in Kali Yuga, if you get little bit opulence, we become puffed up. I'm like incarnation of God. So Prabhupada always says, so that's why he says, we are Guru also, but not like Hari. Sakshat Haritvena, Samasta Sastre. But we are likely Achinta Veda Vedatattva. We are representative of God also, but at the same time a servant God. So similarly, let's read this sloka, 52. Nati sneha prasangava kartabhya kwapi kenachit kurban bindeta santapam kapota iva dinadhihi. Go to translation. One should never indulge in excessive affection or concern for anyone or anything. Otherwise, one will have to experience great suffering just like the foolish pigeon. Can somebody read the purport? Manya, you want to read?
The Sanskrit prefix ati, or excessive, indicates affection or attachment in which there is no Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Suridam sarva bhutanam. The Lord is the eternal well-wisher of every living being. The Lord is so affectionate that he sits in the heart of every conditioned soul and accompanies him throughout his endless wandering in the kingdom of Maya, patiently waiting for the conditioned soul to come back home, back to Godhead. Thus the Lord makes all arrangements for the eternal happiness of every living entity. The best way for anyone to show compassion and affection for all living beings is to become a preacher on behalf of Lord Krishna and assist the Lord in reclaiming the fallen souls. If our affection or attachment for others is based on bodily sense gratification in the name of society, friendship, and love, that excessive, unwanted affection, ati sneha, will cause burning pain at the time of the breaking or destruction of the relationship. Now the story of the foolish pigeon will be narrated. A similar story is described in the 7th canto, 2nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, told by Yamaraj to the mourning widows of King Suyagya.
So, Krishna is talking at the last stage of his life about a pigeon. It looks silly, isn't it? You know, you should talk something hi-fi. People say, we want corporate means hi-fi a little bit. So, but he was, just like I was listening, one of the Christian, priest, pastor. It was really very powerful in TikTok. And he was really, dynamic is there. And at least it depends my faith, because they say at least, Okay, the God will come into your heart and really shower like rain, and it will fill with all mercy and bliss. I said, wow, that is amazing. It is nice. Because when you get to that point, this is actually they are giving the divine narrations from every religion. There is a hope and faith. That's what we're coming. So similarly, Krishna is also talking to Uddhava about the glories of devotional service and especially the signs of self-realization. And when he's mentioning about the pigeon, and we're going to read that particular stories here, and just imagine how Krishna is explaining. At the last days of Prabhupada, if you remember, he mentioned many things and he used to say, do not involve in sense gratification. Just 7 days before he left this planet, before he took the divine Mahasamadhis. So what he said, Prabhupada? No sense gratification. You can see in any of his talk, he will be saying all the time, no sense gratification, no sense gratification. So similarly, what is the point Krishna is bringing about the pigeon? Let's go to the next sloka, 53. Okay. You can repeat after me. Kapota kaschanaranye krito nido vanaspatoh kapotya bharjaya sardham ubasakati chit samaha. Translation. Can you read Manya? Translation.
There once was a pigeon who lived in the forest along with his wife. He had built a nest within a tree and lived there for several years in her company.
Well, Krishna used to hear the story when he was child and mother's lap. Oh, who is this? Is the moon? Who is the sun? Or in the water there are frogs live. Krishna lived this story. But when Krishna is speaking, Krishna spoke in a story in the battlefield, Kurukshetra. What did he say in Gita? Did he say, what did he say? He directly pointed this philosophical terms, right? Bhagavad Gita is full of philosophy, starting from the beginning only science of self-realization, and there is not much analogy has been given. Because the essential part is it is in the battlefield, you need to give the wake up. When you are sitting in chit-chatting in during prasadam hour, you can talk more analogy and all. When you are seeing off in the airport, probably give the essential part. Hey, did you keep this? You come to the point. Do you have money? Do you have cash? Do you have your e-visa? Like this. I mean, final things where you talk about the point. But when you are really hanging around, then maybe you don't talk the main point. You talk so much, then, oh, I forgot that I call you back. Actually, we met for that, but we forgot that point, isn't it? So here, Krishna is having an intimate time with Uddhava. That is for sure. By this conversation, we can see that Krishna is giving, it is called quality time. But did he give quality time to Arjuna? He gave quality time other than the Bhagavad Gita, because after reading Bhagavad Gita, in 9 days, in Ekadasi, Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita. 9 days, he is fixing an issue that Arjuna came, the dispute is Arjuna wants to kill Yudhishthir. 9 days you forgot Bhagavad Gita? You said you are not body, you are not this. And after 9 days, in 10 days, you are saying that you are going to kill your own brother, that to Yudhishthir Maharaj. And Krishna has to fix it. So, my dear friends, so just don't think that just you read it Bhagavad Gita by memorization, by learning, by deliberations or many things, you will not come to a situations where you do not need Krishna. Because in every situation, we need Lord Krishna. What do you say? Use microphone.
We are curious
Yes.
about the incident after 9 days.
Oh, I think nobody knows it. That's great. You guys are devotees. Yes, so when there was a fight, probably, I don't know, 9th or 10th, but the day when Arjuna has to flee with the guy, he was chasing him, right? And Yudhishthir, Bhima and all has to penetrate this Abhimanyu, the death of Abhimanyu that day. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was searching for Arjun because he knows that Arjuna should be here when you are in a great danger. And they are penetrating and they are not able to hold Abhimanyus, the whole Chakrabiha. So then when Arjuna returned, because Arjuna was challenged by another dummy and he's running away, it was a plan. It was a plan by Duryodhan that Arjuna has to be chased away from this battlefield because so that nobody can do the Chakrabiha. So Arjuna was going that way and they wanted to capture Yudhishthir live. Then the war would be finished. But Abhimanyu was there in the whole thing, that he knows how to do this one. So anyway, in this process, I didn't want to describe that as coming to the question. So then Arjuna came after sunset, because the guy went so far and then he killed. He went like 50 miles away from Kurukshetra. Hey, you want to fight? Then he was running in his chariot. Because Arjuna cannot kill a Kshatriya in the back. Somebody in the back, it's kind of called Maryada, not a Maryada things. So you are chasing, then he wants to fight. In a fight you can kill. But he's likely running away, staying back. Again Arjuna has to go. Hey Arjuna, you are afraid, you are coward. Then again he's going back. But his intention is trickery. Krishna is trying to advise him, this guy is cheating you, but Arjuna has to be Arjuna. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj, when he came, what he said, he was angry. And generally when you are angry, you say something, right? So he said, Arjuna, throw away Gandiv. You should not hold Gandiv. You don't deserve. Because you are not there when you are in need. Right? When there is a real war is going on, you are not there in the war. Where are you? 50 miles away you went to kill a frog? And you are really fighting a war here. So Arjuna has made a vow. Whoever will tell against Gandiv, he will kill him. Then he said he will kill Yudhishthir. Then there is a big dispute in that. They are fighting the war. Then the two brothers are fighting now. The Mahabharata, within Mahabharata, another Mahabharata. So then Krishna has to settle down. Then, before I take my Gandiv, I have to kill the person who insults me. Gandiv, doesn't matter, it's my brother or father. Kshatriyas are very Kshatriyas. They can fight and kill your own brothers also, if there is a challenge. Otherwise, you are not Kshatriyas. So, when there is a fight, then Arjuna wants to kill, Bhima wants to console, and Sahadev, pleading, brother, just take it as a joke. No joke. Kshatriyas, no joke. So, anyway, then Krishna has to devise a plan, because everywhere nobody can beat the intelligence of Krishna, right, Manya? So when Krishna came, he said, okay, Arjuna, you can kill Yudhishthira, I have a plan. The best way to kill a famous person is make them infamous, means criticize them. Suppose a person who has good character and integrity, he has been criticized or blasphemy. That means, or he has been, subjected for a blasphemy. That means it is death for him. It is said in the Shastras, isn't it? So when Krishna advised him that you should blaspheme or criticize Yudhishthira Maharaj, then Arjuna's, that is itself a killing, more than killing for a saintly person, a man of integrity. Then Arjuna started blaspheming. Because of you we lost Draupadi, because of you, idle man, you are just likely, kuch nahi hai, He released all his frustration in his heart. And it was actually by Shastras said that one has to release all the core concern of the person somehow. Otherwise you keep the grudges, right? It was not that they didn't speak to Yudhishthir because he was Yudhishthir Maharaj, but there was something concern in the heart of the brother. Means you should not have done, you should have objected and things like that, which is there in his concern, which came out. Just like people cannot speak in this world, so they drink vodka, then they speak about their wife or about their girlfriend or isn't it? After three peg of vodka, then they speak. Pa, 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 pa. They release all the things. But devotees, you don't eat vodka, so you have to release your also frustration. So Krishna arranged such things. Then Arjuna released all his things. Pa, pa, pura. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj was not saying anything. He was silently tolerating all these harsh and sharp words of Arjuna. He felt that you should have killed me, then you're telling this. That's why Krishna gave this. But anyway, it released both Arjuna's and Yudhishthira Maharaj, developed his tolerance, and Arjuna's, the core of his heart, all his poison is out. It's nice. Sometimes it's not better, not, it's not wise that you keep not criticizing, but as long as you are in the situation, where you tell about it. You got it, Govind Prabhu? So that is the thing. So which topic, which I was talking about? Huh? Yeah, no, pigeon story, but there is diversion happened. Yeah, she's very sharp. Quality time, and Arjuna's, we are talking. So Krishna is giving really quality time here with Uddhavas. And also Krishna is describing in detail. Describing in detail means when sometime you see, you get an elevated, somebody asks, outside, Prabhu, where is kitchen? Then you are there, here. Again he will ask 3 person, oh, what is kitchen? So that is the kind of you just directed by pointing out, you are not saying. But the second person who takes, oh, you want to go to the kitchen? Come with me. You have to go left, right, and then maybe, what do you need to go to the kitchen? Do you need any help? You got some rice or something, can I help you? So this is likely more advanced interaction, isn't it? But if you are in a hurry or something, you are leaving already, probably you want to say, go inside and go to the kitchen, isn't it? So, but here, if you see, when Krishna is meeting Uddhava in Gujarat, which is like Prabhas, near Prabhas, in 3rd canto, you will see the description that when Krishna is sitting under a banyan tree, and then banyan tree is a young banyan tree, and Krishna is sitting, it is mentioned also by Acharya why it is a young banyan tree, and etc., etc. And then Uddhava happened to meet there. And during the time of Uddhava, Maitreya Muni also came. You know the story? In Srimad Bhagavatam, whole Maitreya and Vidura's conversation is itself the vast conversation. So Maitreya Muni also appeared there. And there is also description that Maitreya Muni, even though not a pure devotee, then the question is, why pure devotee, not a pure devotee, happened to see the Lord face to face, and not only face to face, but heard the conversation of Uddhava. So there is another purport from Prabhupada, he will mention in 3rd canto, that because Maitreya happened to be like a god brothers of Vyasadeva, he is a friend of Vyasadeva, or he is a friend of Parasara Muni, something like that, or Vyasadeva. So, in that connection, that's why the divine arrangement also happened. So Maitreya Muni was there, and Krishna is talking to Uddhava very nicely. And Krishna advised Uddhava that after I leave, you go to Badrikashram. So Uddhava went to Badrikashram from that Prabhas Kshetra, that area, which is the time they used to go by walk. So Badrikashram is on the north Himalayas. So he went there and then he went back to Godhead. So this whole thing, so we're going to read, let's go to read 54. The Sanskrit sloka also will read. Can you? Yeah. Kapota sneha gunita hridayo griha dharmino drishtim drishtangam angena buddhim buddhya babandhatu. Can you go to translation? Can somebody read?
The 2 pigeons were very much devoted to their household duties. Their hearts being tied together by sentimental affection, they were each attracted by the other's glances, bodily features, and states of mind. Thus they completely bound each other in affection.
Okay, can you read the purport? Yeah. Can you scroll down, Prabhuji? Yeah.
The male and female pigeon were so attracted to each other that they could not tolerate even a moment's separation from one another. This is called Bhagavad Vismriti, or forgetfulness of the Supreme Lord, an attachment to dead matter. The living entity has an eternal love for the Lord, but when perverted, that love is manifested as false material affection. A pale reflection of actual pleasure thus becomes the foundation of a false life based on forgetfulness of the absolute truth.
Thank you. So here it is saying a male pigeon and a female pigeon, they are attracted towards each other. You might have seen in India, at least in my home, they have a lot of pigeons nest. They will be moving around. And just like it has been said, pigeon, penguin, and another one, three, they, which is the third one, I forgot. Three bird. They don't leave, a parrot, I think, they don't leave their partner. I mean, if a partner dies, they don't get married, remarriage. Oh, the swan. So, when they are likely, how they marry, there is no Vedic ceremony, but when they are united, no matter what. So, but when one partner dies, they remain likely celibate, and then they meditate on the other partners, and then also they leave their body. So there also there is attraction is there between male and female in the pigeon, and Krishna is saying something very interesting. Let's see what is he is trying to make it. Go to 55. Sajjasanantana sana Bharta krida sanadikam Mithuni bhuya visrabdhao Cheratur banarajishu. Okay, can someone read the translation?
Naively trusting in the future, they carried out their acts of resting, sitting, walking, standing, conversing, playing, eating, and so forth as a loving couple among the trees of the forest.
So you can see acts of resting, sitting, walking, standing, conversing, playing. Generally it happens in human society. And same thing you can see in a bird, which is also happening. One point of time, His Holiness Japatak Maharaj was telling in Mayapur, he was going in his morning walk, and he said one nest fell down, right, from a coconut tree. And there you can see there are so many apartments like this. There is a block, there is another one, there are 4 different apartments, means rooms, and there is a ceiling also, and there is another one, like 3 floor. It's a nest this much, but there are 3 floor, and there is somewhere it is mentioned, means so designed, it is by a sparrow. They have also made, everybody has, don't think that only human being can make only buildings. They have also in this one nest, which has likely 3 door to go, there are windows, and there are also 3 stories building like this, and then 5-6 rooms. This is bedroom, this. So every living being in a body of a bird or a body of a human being, doesn't matter, they have the intelligence, they have the enjoyment propensities. So here, so this is the word of Krishna to Uddhava. So they are, when they are talking something, so there may be some factual substance, isn't it? So let's go to text 56. Yam yam banchati sarajan Tarpayanti anukampita Tam tam samanayat kamam Krichhenapi ajitendriyaha. Okay, scroll down for translation. Can someone read the translation? Read it.
Whenever she desired anything,
Close to your palm. Yeah.
whenever she desired anything, O king, the she-pigeon would flatteringly cajole her husband, and she in turn would gratify her by faithfully doing whatever she wanted, even with great personal difficulty. Thus, she could not control her sense in her association.
Yeah, can read the purport? Yeah. Can you scroll down, Prabhu?
The word Darpayanti indicates that the lady pigeon was quite expert in seducing her husband through smiling glances and loving talks. Thus appealing to his noble sentiments, she efficiently engaged him as her faithful servant. The poor pigeon was Achitendriya, or one who cannot control his senses and whose heart is easily melted by the beauty of a woman. The Brahmana Avaduta is giving valuable instructions by narrating the story of the two pigeons and the terrible distress they suffered by inevitable separation. If one's intelligence is not dedicated to serving Rishikesh, the supreme lord of sense activity, undoubtedly one will plunge into the nescience of bodily gratification. Then one becomes no better than a foolish pigeon.
See? So, how they are lovingly exchanging all kind of transactions. She is glancing, she is, oh, I am nice pigeon, please come over me. And, having such a called nice pastimes, isn't it? But the inevitable time, so it is one word, can you remember, called Ajitendriya. Jitendriya, who has conquered the mind or senses, and Ajitendriya, who cannot control his senses, and whose heart is easily melted by the beauty of a woman. So when it is there, that means you are not a Jitendriya. By easily melted by the beauty of the man, woman. Because he was saying, the Lord will bring you the beauty from the ashes and give you. Means it is said that the Lord can bring anything. You can see the ashes which is nothing in there. But the God has to bring. But now if you see, I see the beauty in everywhere. Jovanam Markata Sundari. It has been said, right? In the youth, the Markata means a monkey also looks so gorgeous. Means no matter when you see another fair sex, whether it is an age during the time of youth, everything looks beautiful. But the person who is a Jitendriya, he is not captivated by such thing. So let's go to 57. Kapoti prathamam garbham grinanti kala agate andani susube nide satpatyu sannidhav sati. Can someone read the translation?
Then the female pigeon experienced her first pregnancy. When the time arrived, the chaste lady delivered a number of eggs within the nest in the presence of her husband.
So it is natural. They have a house. They live in the forest. What do you call? My friend called me. I bought a big home in dense forest of Santa Cruz. Wow. Which is nice, isn't it? People want to live in the forest and have a nice home and things like that. The bird has also, they live already in the forest. They have a nice nest. And they're seeing the glance of the kapota, which is the pigeon, and they're attracted each other by the they are also calling in a nice way. Please come, please come. Anand Prasad Maharaj used to say it. The birds, they do things. When they chant in the spring, come on, let's mate. And then in other time they chant, another time, hey, here is food. And the last time they chant out of fear. Means human being coming with the sticks. Means run away. So that's the thing. So they have their sound by properly observing. I don't know, have you ever gone to bird watching? No? You should go. I've been to many times. It's very, very nice. So we go to the forest like Yosemite, then in the morning, just before dawn, like Hiranyakasipu died during the time after dawn, right? It's likely anti-Hiranyakasipu, means not before the sun rises, but light is there. Go that time, little bit in the forest, and quietly sit. And you will hear, in 1 hour you will hear a lot of sounds of the bird. And you observe patiently, then you will find out different birds are talking differently. You know, one bird will be, you will see, so I don't know the name of the bird, but when you find out, there are different calling of each other. There are birds are meeting their friends. Some birds are just enjoying, like, okay, happened now, night is over, let's run away. Means you can really hear the momentum or the mood of the chirping sounds, and then the way they are flying, you will understand the mood of the nature, how the nature is giving, and everyone is enjoying spirit. If you have never done, you should do once in your lifetime. Have you done it, Manya? When you were little, you did, but you forgot now. You should do now again. So, by learning this nature, so it is said here that the lady pigeon is pregnant and she laid eggs. Let's go to 58. Tesu kale vyajayanta rachitavayabhya hare saktibhir durbhibhyabhibhi komalanga tanuruha. Scroll down. Can somebody read the translation?
When the time was ripe, baby pigeons with tender limbs and feathers created by the inconceivable potencies of the Lord were born from those eggs.
So the birds also called a dvija, means twice birth. Sanskar bhave dvija, you know that Brahma janati sa brahmana. So similarly, and Veda pathati sa vipra, what is that? Sanskara bhave dvija, Veda pathati sa vipra, Brahma janati sa brahmana. So these are the stages. First dvija means by following some rituals. Then you Veda patha means reading Bhagavatam and other scriptures. You become vipra. Then you get realization, Brahman realization. Then you become Brahmana. So now here they got babies now. Scroll down to 59. Did somebody read? Yeah, we did it. 59. Praja puspastutu pritao Praja pupusatahu pritao Dampati putra vatsalahu Srinnantu kujitam tasam Nibrata kalavhasitaha. Translation. Can someone read it? Govind Prabhu.
The two pigeons became most affectionate to their children and took great pleasure in listening to their awkward chirping, which sounded very sweet to the parents. Thus, with love, they began to raise their little birds who were born of them.
So now, is it not any parents love their kids? When the baby is any sounds they make, it's likely music to their ear, to the mom and the dad, isn't it? When the kids are happening, because it is music to the ear. So similarly, the birds also, when they are having their children and they get their food, you know how the eagle goes chase around some food, and no matter 10 miles it is bringing. It go to the ocean, get a fish for their kid. Like, okay, tonight is the fish dinner. To go and catch a fish, the eagle will fly back and bring to the nest and feed their kids. So it's not likely the human beings only love. It's also the bird, the animals, and everyone loves that much. So here, the orchid chirping, It's not like the sweet chirping. Nothing is there. But in that one, but there's, oh my God, it's like this Saregama Padanissa is going on in the whole things. Let's go to text 60. Tasam patatresu sparshe kujiter mugdha chestita pratyudagmer adinanam pitaro mudam apatuhu. Can someone read? You want to read the translation? Can you give the microphone? Sorry, can you turn on Prabhuji? Is it? Can somebody help? Yeah.
The parent birds became very joyful by observing the soft wings of their children, their chirping, their lovely innocent movements around the nest, and their attempts to jump up and fly. Seeing their children happy, the parents were also happy.
See? When the bird is jumping around, Krishna is speaking so nicely, isn't it? This is the word of Krishna to Uddhava. Two gentlemen, they are discussing about a bird for a long time. And he's saying that the bird is jumping up and down. Just like in Human society, what is it? They throw the ball or some kind of toys, then the kids will run, then again come back, the mom is happy, the dad is also happy. So many things, isn't it? So the bird is also happy that the small baby is also jumping back and forth, isn't it? So let's go to 61. Snehanubaddha hridayo Annannam Vishnumayaya Bimohitu Dinodhyayu Sisun Pupusastu Prajaha. Can someone read 61 translation?
Their hearts bound to each other by affection, the foolish birds, completely bewildered by the illusory energy of Lord Vishnu, continued to take care of the young offspring who had been born to them.
Vishnu Maya. So this is Vishnu Maya means one is illusory energy, another is the divine energy, Daivi Maya. So 62, let's go and read. Ekada jagmatustasam annartham tau kutumbino Paritakarane tasmin arthinao chiritaschiram.
One day, the two heads of the family went out to find food for the children. Being very anxious to feed their offspring properly, they wandered all over the forest for a long time.
So it's natural. So similarly, when they go, as a human being, as a wife and husband, they also go for work, isn't it? So that the way we work is that we want to get good results to our children, to ourselves, etc., isn't it? So that's why they go for it. So it is also similarly the birds, they have also family. A family business, they have also family. They are also going to get something from the forest and collect the food, bring to their kids. The kids are eating, they will be happy. Let's read the 63, what is there in coming. Drishtva tan lubdhaka kaschid yadrachat vanecharaha jagre jalam atatya charata swalayantike. Read the translation.
At that time, a certain hunter who happened to be wandering through the forest saw the young pigeons moving about near their nest. Spreading out his net, he captured them all.
Here is the point now, it's coming. The hunter was moving around and hunter put the net, the little pigeon, and then they were captured in the net. Let's see in 64. Kapotascha kapoti cha prajapose sadotsukau gato poshanam adaya swanidam upajagmuto.
The pigeon and his wife were always anxious for the maintenance of their children, and they were wandering in the forest for that purpose. Having obtained proper food, they now returned to their nest.
They are very happy. They got nice food, like we got jalebi, rasgulla, and nice halwa, sweet, what do you call? What do you like? Cake. Yeah, so you get something, your mom, then you are very happy. So similarly, they also got something which is desirable for their kids, they know. When they got it, they think that today will be the feast. But let's see what the reaction, 65. Scroll down. Kapoti satmajan bhiksha balkanjala sambritan tanabhyadabhat kroshanti krosato vrisha dukkhita. Scroll down. Okay.
When the lady pigeon caught sight of her own children trapped within the hunter's net, she was overwhelmed with anguish, and crying out, she rushed toward them as they cried out to her in return.
Here you go. So now when they saw, oh my God, we are in a problem. My kids are in a problem. They are in a net now, and a hunter is there. So the lady pigeon is crying. Kapoti is crying. Is there any English word for lady pigeon? We call kapota and kapoti, right? It says in the Sanskrit. You can find in Google. But it's anyway, it's a lady pigeon. Cried out to her in return. So let's go to 66. Sasakrit sneha gunita dina chittaja mayaya sayam chavadhyuta sicha baddham pasyanti apasmritihi. Scroll down. Okay, can someone read?
The lady pigeon had always allowed herself to be bound by the ropes of intense material affection, and thus her mind was overwhelmed by anguish. Being in the grip of the illusory energy of the Lord, she completely forgot herself, and rushing forward to her helpless children, she was immediately bound in the hunter's net.
She was immediately bound in the hunter's net because she wanted to save her kids, but she entered into that. What happened? She got herself trapped into the net, isn't it? Okay, let's read the 67. This was actually talked by Abhaduta, who became a sannyasi, and there is a sannyasa mantra by that Abhaduta, which is so. When it is spoken, Lord Krishna is speaking about the story which was Abhaduta spoke. Kapota satmajan baddhan atmano api adhikan priyan bharjam chatma samam dino bilalapati dukkhitaha. Scroll down. Can somebody read? 60.
Seeing his own children, who were more dear to him than life itself, fatally bound in the hunter's net along with his dearmost wife, whom he considered equal in every way to himself, the poor male pigeon began to lament wretchedly.
So now the baby fell into the net. Then they got the food from the jungle, and the lady pigeon, because mothers are more affectionate immediately, so they jump into the fire, into the net, and she got trapped. The male pigeon, He's lamenting what is happening now. My wife is there, my children is there. And let's see what is the next step, 68. Aho me pasyatapayam alpa punyasya durmate atrapta shakritis arthasya grihastrai vargiko hata. Scroll down. Okay, can someone read?
The male pigeon said, "Alas, just see how I am now destroyed. I am obviously a great fool, for I did not properly execute pious activities. I could not satisfy myself, nor could I fulfill the purpose of life. My dear family, which was the basis of my religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, is now hopelessly ruined."
Can you read the purport, Manya?
Srila Sridhar Swami explains that the word atriptasya indicates that the pigeon was not satisfied with the sense gratification he had achieved. Although he was completely attached to his wife, children, and nest, he could not sufficiently enjoy them since there is ultimately no satisfaction in such things. Akritartasya indicates that his hopes and dreams for future expansion of his sense gratification were now also ruined. People commonly refer to their home, sweet home, as their nest, and money put aside for future sense gratification is called a nest egg. Therefore,
Can you scroll down, Prabhuji? Yeah.
Therefore, all of the love birds of the material world should clearly note how their so-called wife, children, and fortune will all be dragged away in the hunter's net. In other words, death will finish everything.
So here it is said, now he is dreaming, Salpapi dharmasya trayate mahat bhayat. In book distribution we say people, we are happy. I'm living with family, I have money, I have a car, I have this and that. We don't know when you fall in the net. And what is the net? We are already in the illusion. But again, the problems are called the net of the hunter, where you are trapped. That time we say, oh, I should have prayed to God earlier. The guy has told me, giving me the mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I should have chanted with them, etc., comes. So let's see 69. Anurupānukulaca yassame pati devata sunyagrihe mam santajya putreswaryati sadhuvihi. Translation. Can someone read?
My wife and I were an ideal match. She always faithfully obeyed me and in fact accepted me as her worshipable deity. But now, seeing her children lost and her home empty, she has left me behind and gone to heaven with our saintly children.
So we don't know where he's gone, but he's saying they are saintly children, and he's saying, I obeyed these things. So people cry like that, oh, my wife is this, my husband is this, my children are saintly persons, all the things. But nevertheless, unless and until you have really come to God consciousness, these things is not going to help you. Have you seen everywhere you go, book distribution, sweet home, heaven home, everyone, we call sweet home. We are not saying you do not call it sweet home. But if the activities are not centered around God, the sweet home will no longer be sweet home. You may say, you may declare yourself. Have you seen anybody, when you get this letter, right, grandfather, great-grandfather died or something, then they will say they're gone to heaven. Everybody gone to heaven? We don't know. But yes, it's a way to say, so they have gone to heaven. So he's also declaring, my saintly children. Wow. So nice example, right? Now go to read 70. Soham sunne grihe dino mritadaro mritapraja jijivese kim arthamba vidura dukkha jivitaha.
Now I am a wretched person living in an empty home. My wife is dead. My children are dead. Why should I possibly want to live? My heart is so pained by separation from my family that life itself has become simply suffering.
So people go for stress management, frustration, depression, then committing suicide, suicidal attempt, right? So the pigeon has also a suicidal attempt right now because why I have to live? They all died. So he's questioning himself, and why should I possibly want to live? My heart is so pained by separation from my family that life itself has become simply a suffering. Let's go to 71. Tam statheva partram sigbhir mrityu grastan vichestataha swayam cha kripana sikshu Pashyan api abudho apatat. Can someone read the translation?
As the father pigeon wretchedly started at his poor children, trapped in the net and on the verge of death, pathetically struggling to free themselves, his mind went blank, and thus he himself fell into the hunter's net.
When you don't find anything, your mind is blank, you do crazy things. What is the sloka? Remember? Viparita kale, vinas, vinasa kale, viparita buddhi. Yes? So at the time of destruction, you have viparita buddhi, means mind goes blank. You can do anything crazy. The best thing is silence your mind. And how do you silence your mind? Don't do anything. The more you try to solve a problem, the more problem you get it. The better you don't try to solve it. Better you keep your hand away. Let it happen. Let God decide. It's the will of the Lord. What is going to happen? That's going to happen. Because when you are walking in the dead of the night, there is always light, there is a hope. God says this, that I give you the light, I give you the hope. I am not after your frailties of your material things. I am after you're giving me the heart. You're giving me your commitment. You're giving me your loyalty. You're giving me surrender and your humility. That itself is satisfactions to me. Not after I'm eating for your flower or your money or your land or your possessions. The more I need from you is your love. I'm after your heart. And that's the thing. So the thing which is not clear here, so let's go to read 72. We'll see what Krishna is wanting to give the message. Tam labdha lubhada kruraha kapotam grihamedhinam kapotakam kapotim cha siddhartha prayayogriham.
The cruel hunter, having fulfilled his desire by capturing the head pigeon, his wife, and all of their children, set off for his own home.
He got bonanza. All of them philosophically they are joining the net. The kids came, whole family got. The hunter said today is a good day for the hunter, the cruel hunter. It didn't say nice hunter. What did it say? Cruel hunter. Because hunters are cruel. They are just capturing the children, then this one, etc., right? Let's go to 73. Evam kutumbi asantatma dandarama patatrivad pushnan kutumbam kripana sanubandho avasidati. Who can read?
In this way, one who is too attached to family life becomes disturbed at heart. Like the pigeon, he tries to find pleasure in mundane sex attraction. Busily engaged in maintaining his own family, the miserly person is fated to suffer greatly, along with all his family members.
They are just like, who is too much attached to family life? Always serving around, I have to buy this one, I have to make my family happy, I have to do. All the time, 24/7, they suffer greatly. Sometimes even their own family member who they are doing, they cheat them. Isn't it? There are many cases we have heard, right? Let's read the last text. 74 is the last one. Scroll down. Ya prapya manusam lokam mukti dwaram apabritam grihesu khagavat saktas tam arudhochutam viduhu. Scroll down. Can someone read?
The doors of liberation are open wide to one who has achieved human life. But if a human being simply devotes himself to family life, like the foolish bird in this story, then he is to be considered as one who has climbed to a high place only to trip and fall down.
So this is the story Krishna spoke to Uddhava. And he started very nicely. Only thing, an intelligent person can get the message in this whole thing. And he has, the audience of the story is who? The family man, right? That is the target audience, that's the end user. And the principle he has given is develop detachment. So did Krishna speak that you quit family life? Did Krishna spoke that the guy should not marry, produce this one? Only one point the Kapota said, that I should have done some dharma. I was too attached. That was there. God has given in everybody's heart to perform devotional service. But it doesn't awaken unless somebody tells them. No matter how great they may be. The awakening of performing devotional service doesn't come to the heart of the people unless they are engaged or interacted with a pure devotee, or by a pure scripture like Srimad Bhagavatam, or by coincidental meetings, or some incidents happen to them. So, in these situations you can see, there is a bard, Krishna has a lot of bard story, and in Mahabharata also there is when the first day of the war, in the Dasami, right, Ekadasi, the war started. In Dasami, there is a bard also, he laid eggs in the Kurukshetra field. And when he laid eggs, then he saw there is a big horses and chariot and elephants, everything is coming to the battlefield, right? They wanted to make likely it's a big war. It was an open field. And the bird was very afraid, and he laid eggs, and he flew away because so many objects are coming. And then he went to the nearby tree and he prayed to Lord Krishna that I laid eggs, please help me. Then he flew away. In the night when he came back, how Krishna has given so much of transcendental mercy, because the eggs was there in the morning, the war started. So one of the what is called this horse shoes, so it fell in one side, and there is the helmet of a soldier fell on the top of the egg, so it protected, and the horseshoe, and the way it has been protected, that even though an elephant pumps into that helmet, it is not going to break, because the helmets are very solid iron. So it is not going to break, even the elephant goes. And it has generated that much of warmth, as like a baby bird is doing, and they will hatch. So in the evening the war finished, sunset war finished, evening the mother came. By the time the end of the war, one horse kicked that helmet, so it likely half opened. Otherwise the bird cannot open this one. When the bird cannot open this one, there is no way he can find out. And the bird came in, first day of the war, on the Ekadasi night. And the bird, she wanted to see her eggs, where she laid eggs in the previous night. And when she saw that it is there and there is a sound coming, and the birds are coming from there. Just imagine 640 million people are fighting a war where there is 6 eggs in the war itself. And it is protected by the Lord Krishna. So why he will not protect you and me? What is lacking in between me and me? The lacking of this is a trust. God says, trust in me. I am always holding your hands. I am always with you. No matter it is in dark, in despair, or in lamentations. Just the problem is that you are not remembering me. Remembering my name is itself is the glorious things for the devotees. So just like a bird prays casually, Lord protected him. If somebody prays out of even anger, Lord protected him. When you are praying out of affection, there is nothing can change the mind of the Lord. It's a guaranteed protection. Because you can see here. So when the Lord is declaring every statement in Bhagavatam that my devotees are dear to me, my devotees are very kind towards me, and it has been said, there is no word can be given to even demigod. The word of which is called Bhakta Vassala, even not to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva called Dharma Vassala, who is following the path of Dharma. Lord Shiva protects them to become a devotees. But Bhakta Vassala is only Krishna. He is a Bhakta Vassala. Because he knows that the Bhagavatam will be read by these Grihasthas. 5,000 years ago, Krishna has thought in the mind. And he is talking to Uddhava, not about Uddhava and they don't know each other. They know everything. But they are giving the message to you and me. Who are the people? That in the Kali Yuga, all of them will be Grihasthas only. The majority audience will be Grihasthas. So that I picked this particular chapter. This one is a very simple one. Kapota story is a simple story, isn't it? But in the simple story, Krishna is giving a greatest message, which is developing detachment. And how to develop detachment, that will be subsequently, it is be given by the Avaduta with the 9 gurus, which is the gurus like python, the ocean, the moth, etc., where you get different examples in life and you become steadfast. So no matter what, how to develop detachment by being in that means how to develop attachment towards Krishna. And how to develop attachment towards Krishna means how to develop attachment towards some Krishna consciousness activities. If we don't do activities, and what are those activities of Krishna consciousness? It's chanting, reading, offering bhoga, and so many things. Doing book distribution, packing, book packing, or Harinam service, music setup like Nitai Kirtan Prabhu, or many other things which is done. So anything which is done, then you automatically detach yourself with the family life. So I stop here for 10 minutes and take some reflections. What did you get from this episode of Kapota stories, which Lord Krishna is speaking so profoundly in a juncture of a philosopher? Uddhava is one of the greatest intelligent person, just like Jiva Goswami, greatest philosopher. You are talking to him about Kapota. Kapoti means there is something going on, right? So Uddhava is, when he is talking, Krishna is talking. This is likely the same kind of things. Mood, Narad Muni also talked like that. He go very simple, but he will give a heavy thing. You don't know what is the heavy thing. But he starts very simple. Once upon a time, then ta-da-da. But you don't know what is that once upon a time. It's not like sleeping that time. He'll give the heavy thing. Narad Muni is very smart. So Krishna is very smart. He gave very nice Kapota stories. Feel like you are like I'm telling a fairy tale. But he has given the real thing. Okay, I stop here. Any questions online? Anyone like to share anything in Zoom, Prabhuji? You can take our Zoom people. Is there anyone? Okay, we have few devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, somebody is okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Go ahead.
Can I comment, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah. So it's a very nice class, nice topic, and the futility of attachment you have explained very nicely. And Krishna also explains very nicely what happens if one is too much attached to family life. For most of the people, family, they say family comes first. Family comes first. I have heard this statement many times, and I've seen this also. My family comes first, and then my extended family comes next. Um, Even within my own family, I have seen my relatives. They are very attached to their family, and they are working very hard to make money, to become wealthy people, but they don't have any knowledge of detachment. They don't have any knowledge of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. One of my uncles, he was a poor man, like some 10, 15 years back, but now he's a very wealthy man in the town. But neither him nor the children have any sense of transcendental knowledge and Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So when trouble comes, obviously in this material world, trouble comes. So trouble come, and they suffer a lot. And I've seen him, he gets really emotional, and he's not able to take the suffering when the suffering comes. So it's really a privilege, and it's really a blessing that we have Srimad Bhagavatam and we have Bhagavad Gita guiding us on how to become detached. Even in Silicon Valley, most of the people are here are working hard for the Ardha and Ardha finance money. But unless and until one doesn't have this transcendental knowledge, uh, they will have to suffer. Saw one example here in Silicon Valley. This one person, what is his name? Steve Jobs. He made a billionaire. I heard that something around $300 billion.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
what is the point, essential point you want to
Now
find?
he doesn't have the. Maybe he has or he doesn't have. I don't know. But if
Yeah,
unless and until
I
one has
understand, Tadyasa
attachment,
Prabhuji, just to let
yeah,
you know. Yeah, I mean, essentially you're saying that the Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita
yes,
is
yes,
the
yes, yes,
solution
yes,
for those people, and we need to
yes,
tailor-made to provide some guidance, right?
yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you
it.
for the insight. Yeah, wonderful. Any other question here? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. I really like the verse that was displayed before. It was saying you climb up and then you catch in the hunter's net. And I was thinking about playing snakes and ladders as a kid and how you used to climb, but then there used to be a snake at like 99. So you climb all the way, but then you catch the snake. And I was thinking that was like the hunter's net or death, and then you come all the way down. And I was thinking that in retrospect, we know that death is there and final exam, and as devotees we know that, but the urgency of the hunter's net is not realized every day, at least for me. So are there any suggestions on realizing the urgency of it?
Yeah, it is a very good question. First, we acknowledge that we go all, even though 99, we are not into back to Godhead, means we are not Krishna conscious, even though you are very perfect man and ideal man and all. So, the best way is, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj also says, there is no fix in this material world, because there will be always turmoil. No matter if a world peace has happened, there is no war is going on, there is some level of turmoil, internally, individually, family, collectively, will come up or not. So whether we expect it or not, some level of problems will come. So best thing is to prepare ourselves, is continuously develop the system of chanting and reading and praying to the Lord. Whether I am in problem today, I have to pray or not. Whether I am having a problem, that's what I am praying. So the cause should not be defined. Rather than we make a system of habit of developing that reading Bhagavatam, chanting the rounds is the only solace to my heart. Because as the Lord says, what you get it is joy in your heart. So similarly, as you mentioned, what we should do is irrespective of anything, fundamentally we can do. Do you define anybody miss your lunch? It's a big thing, right? You remember that I missed my lunch in 2022. It's a big thing. That I was flying in a plane or something happened and they didn't give lunch or something happened and I didn't pack, my mom did not pack or whatsoever. And it's a remembering, you're remembering that thing. Have you ever remembered that you didn't pray to God? You remember when you pray God only. But when you say that, when Prabhupada is there, one time in Los Angeles, it was 4:45 because Prabhupada was writing translation until 1:30 a.m. Generally he sleeps 3 hours, but it was 15 minutes late. Somehow he got sleep one day. And then he cried. And he chastised his disciples, why didn't you wake me up? Prabhupada, you're taking rest, you just slept 2 hours ago. Doesn't matter, I miss Mangalarti. And we come one Mangalarti, we remember whole life that we came from Mangalarti. Right? So that's the point. That when we come, the day comes that I didn't pray today, I didn't bow down. When you remember that part, that means you are advancing, and that should be the case. The thing is that, and how that day comes, when you maturely process your mind in many activities of the Lord. So constantly reading, chanting, and devoting yourself for preaching work, then the time will come like this. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for giving the example of Luddu. Yes, Malay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for choosing such a nice chapter. I think this is one of the most favorite chapters since my childhood when we would read Bhagavatam, because this goes with such a simple story. And as it says, it's sweet for Griha Medhinam. So we are like the householders, and this is our primary business, to maintain the household. And then we always love to listen stories about householders. That's how the Kapata story goes, and it's a typical family story, and so that captures the householders much easily because we can relate to it easily. And then the other gist from this I get is, if we are focusing all our life and energy and time on just the affairs of family, like how the birds do, so basically this equates that a human as a human form is just as good as an animal if we are focusing only on maintenance of the body and the family life and the aspirations of the bodily needs. Versus when we are looking beyond that, like how different we are from those birds, as a human, we should be little, or at least when we want to claim that we are superior than those birds, we should have something more than this normal, routine, lively affairs. So that is the like when we transcend from this animal life, then only we say we are superior, or we have something, we aspire more than a normal life. So that's where we look for the transcendental knowledge, that to make us transcend above our bodily or earthly features. And then we go beyond the animalness, and that's how we achieve the humanness or even godliness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice, because that's what the stories or the Bhagavatam, different episode, different incidents give us. Because there are millions of scenarios, not all of them will be applicable to you, but few of them are applicable to your life stories. Oh, this really relates to me. This relates to me. Something may not be relating to you or you, but something may be related to you and other persons. So that things goes on. So Bhagavatam has an answer for every kind of situations, a family life, a grihastha life, a divorcee life, a this life or that life, every kind of situations, it has given an answer. Bottom line is, somehow or other, kalevale kausalya mana Krishna niveshito. Somehow or other, we bring our mind to Krishna. These portions or that portions, we some bring our mind to Krishna consciousness. Any last comments or reflection? Is there any kids presentation? No kids presentation. So today what happens? Guru Puja is done also. Prasadam? 9:30 Prasadam. Okay, any last from online? Or social media? No comments? No questions? Okay. Anyone here? Good? Okay, so let's do a 2 minutes kirtan, then we end. Is it okay? That's better. जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्री उद्धव गीता की, कृष्ण उद्धव भगवान की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंद। गौरा भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much for joining. And we have also our His Holiness Bhakti Anugrah Janardhan Maharaj will be here, but he won't be here in the Saturday or Sunday. So Wednesday Zoom class will be there. So you can join on the Wednesday Zoom class on this Wednesday. Tuesday I think he's going to give a class on Berkeley Temple. So thank you everyone. So we'll have prasadam prayer. Let's sing and then we'll join for prasadam. Will be served outside. Mahaprasade Govinde. Namo Brahmane Vaishnave. Salpa Punyavatam Rajan. Visvasane Vajayate. Sarira Vidyaja. Jodendriya Tahika. जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तार मध्ये जीभाति लोभमाय सुदुर्मति ताके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ दयामय करिवारे जीवा जाय सप्रसादन्न दिलो भाई से अन्नामृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेम डाको श्री चैतन्य निताई जय निमाय जय निताई जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन महाप्रसादम की प्रभुपाद की गौर प्रेमानंदे थैंक यू वेरी मच ऑनलाइन व्यूअर प्लीज गिव देम अ बिग हरि बोल टू आवर ऑनलाइन व्यूअर हरि बोल एंड ऑल ऑफ यू